So Clark Kent from Atlantic is giving you these guys, and he's a DJ. You give him 10 grand, and that's so. Then through him, you meet Jay.
Yeah.
At this point, before you met him, did you know? Have you heard about
Not
Jay?
at all.
Nothing. When did you know he had a special talent with Jay?
I knew he could rap because he could rap really fast, but him and I were just real cool because, we were at that time. I started getting back in the street a little bit. Had the plug.
Right.
So I passed him the plug. You know what I mean? Because he was hustling different. He was still copping from the hill, so I had to introduce him to his man, somebody he's still with to this day. And also another. I just what I usually do is come to a block and be like, "You're not hustling right." You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, "Get him out of here. Go cut the middleman out. Get it." And that's what I kind of did. Like I didn't even want to. I mean, I don't even get to that story, but it was like, yeah, we just started to kick it and do things in the street, but not the street, but elevate whatever game that he had, as well as us being on the road and him rapping with original flavor, and for a long time, I shopped Jay to every single record company. They all said no. Kevin Lau said no. Lior said no.
Lior said no.
Yeah, Kevin Lau's worked for Lior. And
wow,
they all said no, bro. Every single one of them. No one. That's why I didn't do it myself. I tried to get him signed, but I couldn't.
What were they saying? When they said no?
Too old, rap too fast. Jazz had he was with Jazz, and Jazz wasn't so successful.
Yeah.
So it's just his look. Like he didn't. So what happened was he's from Brooklyn, right? And again, what you'll see a lot of time is they're always saying I'm talking about him. But if you asking me questions about my story, he's part of it. So I don't like to really talk about him so much. But he was a Brooklyn cat, and he dressed like a Brooklyn cat. He didn't, he didn't have it all together the way. So my guys used to tease him all day. Every little thing he did, they thought was corny, and we just kind of hauled him up. You know what I mean? But initially, we thought he was cool. I thought he was cool because he was wearing Nike Airs, and most dudes at the time from Brooklyn didn't wear Nike Airs, and so that's why I kind of thought he was cool. But I knew he could rap, and then we got to know each other in a different way. Pause. We were doing certain things like passing the plug, and we became brothers. And then, we started Roc-A-Fella just because no one else would sign us.
That's it.
That's it.
So let me ask you. So was there? How sometimes
we tried it the easy way and it didn't work out. And again, if I'm a thorough person that comes from a certain cloth,
yeah.
If I walk in a room full of people that are completely different, raised different value systems, and they're asking me to do certain things, like the day we did the deal with Def Jam as a co-venture, Lior asked me to go fight another black man for him. And I'm like, are you fighting any of my battles? But he tried me. It was like immediately he tried me to make me fight his battles in a culture that wasn't. And I just knew how to say no. Like what I can do clearly is it doesn't make me, because I'm a businessman. See, creatives, it's hard for them to say no. They're non-confrontational. They speak through their art. And you can push a creative to do things in the moment because they don't know how to verbally defend themselves. With me, I have no problem being honest and telling you the truth. I don't have a problem asking for my money or saying how much am I getting paid or how much are we getting paid, how we break. Those questions that make people, especially creatives, awkward, don't make me feel awkward, So that was always my job.
What a great combo, though.
Yeah.
What a great combo.
It's a 1-2 punch.
Right, that was fantastic. So let me ask you, you know how when I was 21 years old, I'm broke. I got nothing going on. There's this Denny's we would go to, and I would sit with one of my friends, Saul, who's upstairs right now. And it was me, him, and another guy, and we would dream, hey, one day we're going to do this, and we're going to take over the world, and blah, 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 blah. Here's what we're going to be doing. Did you and Jay have that moment, and then you said, you know what, screw it, we're going to call it Roc-A-Fella? And is it, called after Rockefeller because we're going to become tycoons and moguls? Was there a moment between the two of you?
It wasn't between the two of us. It was a crew of us. But I used to sit and write and plot all day, and I still do. So if you ask my crew now, the first thing I do when I get up in the morning is we get around the table, get the colored papers and the markers, and we talk about how we going to eat. It's always been that plot and plan, always. And it was more like a moment that we were in St. Thomas, me, him, and Biggs, and we were like, fuck it, let's just do it ourselves, But we always knew we had to do it ourselves. It kind of felt like, at least I did. just based on the way the system was set up. And like, no one in that business listens to you unless they have to. You understand what I mean? Like, a lot of times, people that are in a position of power in the music business are in a position of power because, again, they're willing to compromise and do things that, you know, the average man would not do. And I wouldn't do that. So then at the end, you get people that have funny ways in those positions that only look out for people that they have things on. And they only listen because they don't like a person that will compromise everything to get to the top. But once they get to the top, that person that they didn't like and disrespected before, that might got sent to the store or sent to drive someone's car, all of a sudden they're your boss. And you hate that person, but you have to listen to them,
right?
Because they're going to be now the person in position of your destiny. Even in the music business, like I'll know a PD, like a program director or someone that, you know, does the videos and or works in a position where they can, you know, help an artist. And when they walk in the room, every artist and everybody kisses their ass. The minute they lose that job, no one talks to them no more, you know, because they don't have to. So I don't talk to people unless I want to, which may not be the best business acumen, but based on the temperature right now, I'm really happy I stuck to my guns.
By the way, I just Googled right now, 95, top 40 hip-hop songs of 95. Okay, so this is when you guys start Rockefeller. Here's who's on this list. Number 1, Dear Mama, Tupac. Okay. Then they have Mobb Deep, Shook Ones, Part 2. Then it's KRS-One, MCs Act Like They Don't Know, right? Then you have Loonies, I Got 5 on It, which was a big hit. Method Man, I'll Be There For You, You're All I Need to Get By, you know, featuring Mary J. Blige. You got Old Dirty Bastard, Shimmy Shimmy Ya, you know, so that was a big hit. GZA, Liquid Swords. Then you have Run-In. Then you have Ice Cream featuring Method Man, Ghostface. Then you got Dre, Keep Their Heads Ringing. Tupac, So Many Tears.
See the competition?
This is insane. So I'm the first of the month, Bone Thugs and Harmony. That was an incredible album.
Yeah,
you got
real.
Ice Cube, Friday. This is 95. We're talking about all the Mobb Deep, Survival of the Fittest.
You got to remember, back then there was no internet. So only a select few were getting heard, and in order to get heard, you know, you had to be like super, and that was what we had to break into. Guys like that had record deals or people, you know, majors backing them. So, you know, that's what was like kind of incredible. But, you know, in hindsight, you got to remember when I was doing all those things, I was 21, 22. I retired from Rockefeller at 35, you know. So those things I was doing were self-taught, and no one gave me, no nepotism, did it ourselves, and was making more money than mostly every single person that I had met in my life. In my family, my teachers, my principals, everyone that I thought was rich, I had more money than by the time I was 22 or 23. In business, I had a bigger first-generation business, you know what I mean? Like sometimes I'm around people that are like, you know, first, second, third generation, and it's a different life when you don't have to worry about nothing ever since the day you opened your eyes. It might not be less stressful because everyone has the same amount of problems, no matter money, race, or whatever, but it's just different first generation. So when I'm around people that got money and they got it from their family, I don't care how much money they got as far as the character, because I'm first generation. I'm out here fighting. I'm that person's father or grandfather, you know what I mean? So, and in school, it was like that. When I went to boarding school, anywhere I go, I always took pride in the fact that I could break a social class at such a young age on my own without any help from anybody that was related to me.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.